Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Doggo333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. Kaiserredux as still Transamur, but we're working on not being Transamur. Well, still technically being Transamur, I guess, but working on getting out of this soon enough. So, let's do improved supply networks real quick. As the Trans-Siberian Railway expands more and more, its usefulness becomes increasingly apparent. We now have the potential to create a nationwide railway supply system to deliver goods all across the country. Always during the Third International, very fun. Decrease some more loyalty. In the last video, started going after the NRA, the Cossacks, just guys like that. Having okay luck, I think. Looks like we can crush NRA remnants once we get the political power. Mustafa Kemal has seized power. Let's go ahead and crush the NRA remnants. And would you look at that? We're at 31% Oblastniki support. Resistance. That means we have 31% support. And I think what that is going to do... The Oblastniki resistance has been too high for some time. Their disapproval Kolchak has risen a lot. Now they openly revolt against us. Kolchak can submit de facto give reign to power to them or suppress the movement. Well, in the chaos, Molotorosi sees power. Not entirely sure how that works out realistically, but it's fun. And there we are, the People's Tsardom of Transamur. Look at that flag. That's a pretty neat flag. So here we are, Alexander Kazenbek. Literally would have predicted that Alexander Kazenbek would end up in his position he's in today. It seems as if his life may just be a lesson in the instability of the universe, of the chaos of politics and human existence. Born to a noble Iranian Azerbaijani family, Kazenbek saw the brunt of the Russian Revolution, something that undoubtedly shaped his eccentric political views. However, instead of turning him against the Soviets, the revolution endeared in him a certain level of respect for the Soviet system. Even though the Red Revolution failed, Kazenbek still incorporated parts of his Soviet ideals into his personal life. His charisma and experiences in order put him at the forefront of the new Young Russia group, a group that rejected reactionary Tsarism in favor of a new and dynamic vision. The situation in Russia deteriorated. Professor Nikolai Ustrelov convinced Party Secretary Kazenbek to side with Kolchak in his coup against the Petrov regime. Kolchak's coup, however, failed, resulting in the creation of the state of Transamur, this rump state where Kazenbek and Ustrelov fell to. These series of events led to Ustrelov and Kazenbek rejecting the ideology of the whites in favor of the Bolsheviks. This idealization led to the development of the concept of labor monarchy, a system that combines Soviet democracy, Orthodox integralism, Russian nationalism, and the revolutionary spirit. And as his ideology grew and changed, so did the influence of Molotorosi within Transamur. Their influence grew and expanded to a point where they could seize power following the anti-Kolchak coup. Now, Kazenbek stands as a vald of the rump state of Transamur, and although his influence may be currently small, Kazenbek has plans to restore the Tsar and soon reclaim all of Russia. Well, there we go. So we had 120 days to, We might want to stop this, actually, because it looks like we have a limited amount of time. We have low legitimacy already. A few factions with West should take our cause seriously, and as many that still regard us, chances of a true worker Tsardom over-dominating Russia are seemingly small. Well, let's do the social monarchy. The time is now to make Transamur a true Tsardom of the people. The Molotorosi have earned enough sway to install a true worker Tsar, and begin in the process of reclaiming the throne of all Russia. So enough we will truly embody the spirit of a social monarchy. So we're getting daily totalist support, which is nice. Khan hangs on over there. Sneaky resistance is pretty high. That is not especially nice. But what are we gonna do? Until the Tsar can be crowned, the Molotorosi Regent's Council, headed by Grand Regent Alexander Kazenbek, himself has been declared. The Regency Council is not expected to last, however, many believing that the coronation of Tsar being right around the corner. A social Tsar? Goodness. And now we are led by a logo, which we can swap between this and that. It's pretty neat. Huh. So we are now a national Bolshevik monarchy. The Molotorosi, group of national Bolsheviks who believe that a labor monarchy will lead Russia forward. They're led by the charismatic Azerbaijani aristocrat Alexander Kazenbek, who fled to Transamur following the 29 coup attempt and now seek power in the region. While monarchism and socialism are typically movements for contradictory ideologies, several movements have embraced a seemingly impossible mix of monarchism and socialism. Movements such as Molotorosi, who call for a form of labor monarchy, are followed by many other varied socialist regimes who've decided to keep their monarch around as figureheads, though some rare examples of monarch truly invest in the socialist system do exist. The Molotorosi themselves seek to combine ideas of Russian monarchism with the Soviet socialist system, fusing Bolshevik policy with the Russian nationalism and traditionalism under the embrace of a red crown and aristocracy, and united by Orthodox faith. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Well, let's get to the Vladivostok conference. Due to Kazenbek's current situation, he decided to call a meeting of his Molotorosi allies to better decide Transamur's future. However, Molotorosi were not the only ones invited. Other prominent political factions, such as the Avasniki, the Nationalistski, and the Smienyevkovsky, were invited to attend the conference, even though many of them don't agree with Kazenbek and Molotorossi's politics. However, he is painfully aware that he needs allies, and at the end of the conference, one of these factions will be invited to collaborate with Kazenbek. If I'm not mistaken, if you ally with the nationalists, it's going to end poorly. Well, inside one of the buildings of Vladivostok, rich Vladivostok politicians, industrial figures, and socialists gather around to have a party, albeit a small party. Here, Vladimir Kirillovich is now crowned the Tsar of Molotorosi, Russia, and all of her Soviets. There was celebrating and partying similar to that of a birthday party if it was filled with drunken slobs, kissing couples, and other such hedonism, ending quickly soon after with the former coronation of the Tsar himself and a speech from Kazenbek about bringing Russia into modernity and bringing it to its greatest time since the time of Elizabeth the Great. Glory to Kirill the First. Well, there we go. These guys are slowly... Demographics in Far Eastern Republic do not permit us the ability to easily bring Russian nobility into our leadership. To fill our ranks with sufficient Soviet nobles, we must elevate those into our noble class. There are two choices the Grand Regent can fulfill the Molotorosi means. Neither elevate the most hard-working people of Transamur to status of noble, or elevate and grant titles to local politicians to make nobles. Let's grant titles to the hardest workers of Transamur. Seems appropriate to me. Can we destroy separatism? Did that just end that? That just ended that. Okay. Oh. There goes hacking. It's a shame. We could have had two monarcho-socialist nations. Quotation from a Grand Regent. Savinkov was nothing more than a dirty and evil Bolshevik who was aligned themselves with devil. They are satanic, devil-worshipping nationalists who would bring Russia to ruin and kill everything we hold dear, deaf to Sabbath common as white wolves. Goddamn satanic nationalists. This is confusing. We have a Romanov leading the leading a market socialist government. Needless to say, this confuses me. Molotorosi need allies, and it needs it badly. In order to get such allies, the Grand Region has called for a conference for all such radicals like themselves. The big three among the conference are the Pan-Slavists, Czech legionnaires who still exist in Transamur, the nationalistic Eastern Slav supremacists who advocate a Russia for Russians only, and only Russians, and believe that Eastern Slavs are master race, and last but not least, the National Maximalist faction of Eurasianists, men who advocate for empire not of Russia, but of all of Eurasia from the Middle East. From the British Isles to the Japanese islands, and from the northernmost Russia to southernmost India. What happens at the conference shall have lasting effect on Mulad's efforts to retake Russia from the Moscow government's rule and build a modern Russia. I'm going to save here because I know... I do know... It can get a little wacky. Nationalists, I know, will end up in a coup. Do the Pan-Slavists. The National Maximalist sounds interesting. So, yeah, we'll give it a shot. But I think first we'll do the modern Bogadier. Resplendent in blue uniforms, the eponymous blue shirts evoke the legendary Bogadier, patriotic, devout, and courageous. Having realized the national revolution, the blue shirts will be reformed from a party militia to Transamur's internal troops, loyal to the Vost. Let's go ahead. Let's do some pro-imperial propaganda. Get some extra totalism and I guess a little extra war support, though we don't really need that. Oh! Well, there goes Mosley. Here goes the Second American Civil War. America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. The giant is asleep for good. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. I want to take a look at this myself because I've actually never seen this officially. The Western Command Center with Bradley, American Union State, the Constitutional American Republic, the Cindies, the actual U.S. with Doug. CSA actually has a treaty with the Union State. That's interesting. Well, this is interesting. Pelican be a normal, vaguely normal-looking leader there. Also looks like we have Robert Lafayette. You got HoI, which you can't go wrong with. Nat Pops. What is that, Coughlin? No, some other guy. The Democrats. Oh, well, we can't have Coughlin elected, it seems. Okay, this looks wacky as hell. Okay. Okay, wow. Apparently you can also have Harry Truman somewhere. Okay, this looks nuts. Yeah, so I have the PSA, which I think they can go... What, they can go Rad Soch, I know. Off them. Like, the whole gambit, really. I think they can also... They can go Rad Soch. I think they can go for the American Empire or something like that. Yeah, the Norton Restoration. Oh man, this is nutty, I gotta say. The Western Command Center. Down for traders, up with the stars. Have a constitutional American Republic. Which... That's certainly interesting. And you got the Cindy's. I've seen this before. You can have Al Capone lead. Right. Technocracy, Inc. You have to have the Red Flood reference as well. And then America. Just really isn't having a good time. I don't think they have much. So what the fuck is... I'm just not going to question that. Alaska's independent now. I think they can do their own thing. Sorry about that. I just wanted to see, because the Second American Civil War and Kaiserredux always look kind of crazy and a little messy at times, but I think it might actually be, the more I look into it, it might be a bit better than base game. Well, I haven't seen it really play out, so we'll wait and see what happens there. Strong vows requires an equally strong army, an army loyal no matter what challenges they may face. An army that will stand soldier to soldier, prepare to die for their leader nation. An army that would follow the vows to the gates of hell without even questioning an order. That is an army of which Kazenbek is forward to the blue shirts, named for their dark blue shirts along with red armbands and white trousers. These titans of men represent the strength required to restore the Russian Tsardom. But the men are no elitist sycophants who freely stood behind a Tsar. The blue shirts are composed of rugged working-class proletariat workers who evolved out of the brawls of the streets of Vladivostok and into disciplined soldiers waving the banners of Russia and Molotorosi. Inspired by both Ivan the Terrible's deviously loyal Operniki and the ultranationalist militias of the Black Hundred, they lack expert training and state-of-the-art equipment. However, they make up for it with their faith in Mother Russia. We walked the line. Because you're mine. I walk the line. We can ally the National Maximalists. I think right now we'll go with the All-Imperial Economic Council. To better prepare industrially for liberation of a homeland, the Tsar has ordered the creation of the All-Imperial Economic Council that will receive a transformation Transamur from barren backwater to industrial superpower. Once Transamur is fully industrialized, we can move on to destroying the false government in the east. There we go. Let's... interesting. Let's denounce the false Russian government. Okay, so you no longer have the what's his name? The Romanov leading those guys, which makes a bit more sense. If we are honest. I'm wondering, when is Japan going to, is Japan going to do anything? You have good legitimacy now, at least. That's nice. Send those guys up there. You have a Spartacade. Very nice. Let's get radio. Let me see. Let's protect do traditional proletariat values. Federal red politics would indicate progress, and the destruction of traditionalism. We happen to know better than the destruction of the old. We must not just maintain the old structures of power, but expand the nobility and merit of all noble families, not just in Transamur, but soon in all of Russia. Oh. Well, we tried bribing one of the guys. That didn't work out very well, did it? Let's go work on some close air support. I think we'll eventually want to, now let's, support anti-Japanese rallies. And the Spartacade. You have Cindy's... Cindy Civil War. There I know. New England, Afghanistan have signed a peace treaty. Oh, okay. First off, Afghanistan is doing strangely well. Second, what does that... Oh, New England is rad Soch. Okay. And there's just a lot of shit they can do, isn't there? Spanish Civil War. We must sacrifice every thought, every ideology for the good of a nation and for the serenity of our fatherhood. Francisco Franco. Spain. It's fallen far. Okay, I was about to say, do they only have one faction? Because there's the other faction. It's ally of the National Maximalists. The Eurasians desire the establishment of the Brotherhood of Slavic and Asian peoples to act as a bulwark against Western mercantilism. Their adoration of heroism, spirituality, and hierarchy has been noticed by the Vols and by Japanese ultranationalists closer to the Emperor. We better ally of National Maximalist wing of them, which better represent our ideals. One thing I just realized, because when I did my test game and actually got the other communists in power, Japan declared immediately on me. I guess since we are a monarchy, we sort of are still, chummy with the old Japanese, aren't we? But, yeah, shit. We're gonna go ahead and leave it here, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you as always for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. You want to see more of this kind of content in the future, hit the sub button for uploads weekdays as well as Saturdays. Dang, we're getting a lot of troops. You want to send a few bucks my way every month? Well, let's not get to that real quick. If you have a comment, feedback, concern, and sort leave it in the comment section below. I read the comments here. Get appreciate any feedback you might have for me. If you want to chat or play games, check out my Discord. If you do want to send me a few bucks every month, check out my Patreon. If you want to send me see me do sort of live, I have a Twitch. If you want to chat or play games, check out my Discord. I think I already said that. If you want to see me do non-game related content, check out my second channel. All of those links down in the description box below. I thank you as always for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay. Thank you as always for watching, ladies and gentlemen. My name has been Mr. Doggo333, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.